Good morning, my YouTube family and friends. Today it is Monday, November 27th. And if you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Diana and I teach 5th grade dual English in the suburbs of Chicago. And if you're not new here, welcome. So today is the first day back from fall break or Thanksgiving break. We were fortunate enough to have a whole week off. If you watch my vlogs, you saw that the last 2 weeks before school ended, we had 4 parent-teacher conference nights, and so we had 4. So it was right after school from about 4:30 to 7:30, and so they were very long, but they kind of accommodated us for the long stretches of days with the parent-teacher conferences to give us the whole week off, which was nice. Unfortunately, I was sick the whole weekend. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice still. I don't know what I had. It was just, I don't know if one of the kids gave me something before we left for break. I don't know, but yeah, so I had like a really bad sore throat, a really bad cough. I was like ridiculously congested. Like, it was like such a weird thing because it was like I was congested and I couldn't breathe. But then the times that I could breathe, that my one nostril was like able to take in air, it like hurt so bad right here because it like felt like my sinuses were on fire. And then I had a little bit of a fever here and there, maybe like the first and second day. And I don't know, like I said, I don't know what it was, but then I lost my voice. And so my voice is slowly coming back. I mean, it's like about maybe 80-90%, but I still sound very manly. So it's just funny. But yeah, so I'm on my way to school now. Today's my boyfriend's birthday, so I didn't have to drop off my daughter. He decided last minute when I woke him up, as I was getting ready to leave, that he was gonna keep her because he took the day off. So he's just gonna stay with her, which is nice for me because then that's one less trip that I have to make somewhere. And then I can actually be to school earlier, prepare a little bit better, make my copies, do what I need to do. Today we're just gonna do, we're gonna just kind of go over some routines and procedures. Just, you know, kind of like after you come from any break, you gotta recharge and rewind and let them know, like, hey, don't forget, these are the things that we're doing in class, and not doing. And then, we're gonna continue with the New England colonies. I think today we're covering the middle colonies, and then we're gonna focus on that. Our focus this week in terms of reading is going to be main idea in detail, and kind of just talk a little bit about the difference between main idea and topic, and then like how to pull or like to look for a main idea with the details, kind of give them a little like house graphic organizer or whatever. And then we're gonna review, so we're gonna do some grammar. I don't know, I'm kind of stuck between doing 2 things because I went to the Get Your Teach on PD over the summer, and I think her name is Lanisha Tab, maybe. I know she's like education with an apron. Why did I go this way? I don't know. Hold on 1 second, because I think I just went the wrong way because I'm not looking at my GPS, and normally this is the way I go, but I don't know. I'll find out. Hold on. So we made it to lunch. Sorry I did not get a chance to vlog during my prep time or PLC time because my we had a meeting today with our like director of linguistics. So he's like the one that runs our like dual language program, and so we had to meet with him today. So I really didn't get a chance to do anything, but today was really good. I mean, for the most part. We didn't get through everything that I wanted to get through. So we didn't get through to the main idea and versus topic, and then like the readers, oh my God, the readers theater for the kids to do for New Amsterdam to New York for the middle colonies. But we did go over grammar, we did writing, and then, I mean, that was pretty much what we had time for. I'm still sick. Grammar took up a pretty good chunk of time because we reviewed parts of speech, and then I just had them look at a passage and then kind of go through the passage and then see like what was like wrong with it or whatever. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up. So we did something like, let me show you. Sorry about that. One of my kiddos is at the door looking for something. And then I think this is the one we're gonna do tomorrow, where it's like they're gonna do the same thing where they're gonna take this passage and then they're gonna do, I'm gonna have them probably do this as a pair, and then I'll probably have them do this one independently. And then they're gonna do this one, I believe, on Wednesday, where they're gonna cut out these and divide them. And then they'll do like maybe a mini quiz on Thursday to kind of see where they are. And then we'll do a quick write. And then on Friday, I'll have them do this part of speech assessment to see if they can figure it out. So that's my plan. Let me turn you back over. So we did something like this where we looked at like each part of speech, what they mean, and then we kind of came up together with some examples. And then we did this where we read this text, and then we literally pulled out every noun that was in there, pronoun, adjective, verb, adverb, preposition, conjunction, and interjection that we found. And so, but prior to that, we kind of just went over what each of these were. And so this took up a lot of time because it was a lot of like copying. For the other grammar piece, so I told you guys we were doing the slides with the dancing with education with an apron, Lanisha Tabs, or Lanisha Tab. And so we went over, so it was like syntactic awareness. So we went over these slides, and then I had them do like their first complete me, and so they were just supposed to create 3 sentences. So we did that. Then we did the parts of speech one, and then we ended doing the writing one. So let me click on there. Here we go. So we did this one where, because so we're focusing on informational text, and so this program is called Simplify Writing, and it's really good. And so I have all access to like all levels. So this one is like a 3rd grade level, but like I told you guys this morning, my kids are pretty lacking with the skills. And so what we did was we took this informational text, so the adaptation of Emperor Penguins, and then this is like the teacher copy, but we did this together as a group, and we did the color coding keys. So I gave them crayons this color, and they were to look at like what the topic or thesis statement was, which was in purple. And then they highlighted or colored the yellow, which were the topic sentences. And then the green was just more of the elaborate details. And then it just showed them like, hey, your last paragraph shouldn't really have anything new. And then like your transition words, one way, another way, and because of these. So this kind of, I think, helped them a little bit. And then we did this together where I showed them like, hey, these were the 3 pieces. This was the explanation for each one of those. And then I think tomorrow what we're gonna do is we're gonna do like this, where we're gonna plan our brainstorming. We're gonna use the same emperor penguin as like the class one that we do together. And then I'm gonna have the kids like brainstorm what they would wanna do, like, but they're gonna stick with animal adaptation. So that's my plan. So I'll be doing that all over again with the kids. The only thing that I didn't do with my first group that I'll do with my second group is I didn't show, I don't know why I'm thinking, I didn't show the PowerPoint presentation of like each part of speech and like the examples. For this class, we kind of just went into it, and I think it was just because they were just so extra because it was like the first day. And so like I gave them literally 10 minutes. Well, I guess 7 minutes of just chatting, walking around chatting, so they can get it out of their system about like how their week was for those that didn't see each other. And so I think that's why we were just like, go, go, go. And I totally forgot spaced, but I won't make that same mistake twice. So I'm just going to eat my lunch. This is like leftover fried rice from the weekend. And then, I don't know, veg out for 30 minutes and watch something on YouTube. And then that's it. What is up, party people? It is freezing out here. Right now outside it says it is 24 degrees, and I think it's lying. I think it is colder than 24 degrees. I can't even speak degrees. My dumb self. Anywho, I am out the door. It is 4:21, maybe a little bit 5 minutes because my clock is always fast. 5 minutes. So I am heading home. Ooh, it is so cold. But my afternoon wasn't so bad. I'm the worst person in the world. I never put my seatbelt on until I get moving. It's a shame. I need to break myself of that habit. So don't judge me. Anywho, yeah, so my afternoon wasn't too bad. I did change up a little bit, like I had showed you guys about doing the slide, and so I did that, and I think it helped a little bit. It was pretty interesting because one of my higher kids, he loves, and I don't think he does this purposefully, but he just like loves to point out all the things that we're doing that like is like above him, or I mean, stop, beneath him. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but I mean like he's just like, he knows that he's too smart for these things. And but you know, it does kind of stink because, you know, him being where he's at and then having to understand that like not everybody's where you are. And so yeah, we might have to do a little bit of review for certain things. And so yeah, so we started to do like the parts of speech review, and so like of course, you know, the nouns, verbs, all those good jazzes. You know, he was just like, oh, you know, this is so easy, blah blah blah. But then we started to get into like the prepositions and the interjections and the, what was the other one? Not the conjunctions, because the conjunctions were they knew about fanboys. There was another one, I can't remember which one, but like adverbs. And so it started to dawn on him, and he was just like, oh, you know, like understanding that like, hey, I get that you get a lot of this stuff, but a lot of kids don't. And the fact that you're even strong, because at one point we did that paragraph one where we were trying to pull it out, and we were just trying to pull out the specific parts of speech for each or whatever. And you know, at first he was just like, oh, this is, you know, easy, and why are you helping us do this? Because a lot of them were struggling with knowing what each were. And so then finally we started getting into one that was a little bit trickier for him. And so then he was just like, oh, I don't know, I think I got that wrong, because, you know, why would it be this? And I tried to explain to him that, like, you know, even though, you know, the basic of basic for parts of speech, you know, words can change depending on how they're used in the context. And so I think that he kind of got that today, like, hey, you know, today this might be this, but tomorrow it might be this, depending on the sentence and how it's used in the sentence. And so so that was pretty interesting for him, I think. because he's a very high kid, and I think it's just one of those things where it's just like he just like needs, like he's a beacon of knowledge and he needs all this knowledge. So sorry, I have like so much energy and I don't know why, because I feel like I expended all my energy yelling at these kids. I mean, they weren't too bad. They're just so like talkative and they're just like constantly out of their seat. And the problem that I'm having is that I just want them to focus, and they're having a hard time with it. And it's not like they don't want to do the work per se, but it's like they lack the focus, and they're just like, I want to like play and do all this stuff. But then it's like, once everyone else starts to do it, then they're like, oh, hey, I want to do it too, but what are we doing? Because I have no clue, because I wasn't paying attention the whole entire time until everybody got their life together. So that is what's so frustrating at times, because it's just like, I really just want you to understand that, like, I need you to be there and just focus for that few minutes of me explaining things to you, and then you can just go off on your own into the sunset and figure it out. And if you need help, I'm here. You see that sunset back there? Good morning. Remember how I told you guys yesterday that it was really cold? Well, I lied. It's today. So right now it's about 18 degrees here. And we got some snow. We got, I wouldn't say ice so much yet, because we don't have that much snow to make ice, but it's cold. It is so cold. And I am not ready for winter. I don't know. Like, some days I'm just like, man, I would love to live in a warm climate. But then it's like, you know, most of the places that you go that live in warm climates, I guess with the exception of like Texas and stuff, you know, I don't know. You know, they have their own like natural disasters. So I'm just like, the lesser of two evils. But I don't know. I do not like wearing heavy jackets, especially driving. I don't know about you. Anyway, I'm so tired. I didn't go to bed till like after midnight yesterday. Told you guys it was my boyfriend's birthday, and so by the time everyone came over, by the time they made dinner, say happy birthday and presents and all that good stuff, it was like midnight and some change before we, at least before me and the kids went to sleep. I don't think, and then I think shortly after everybody else left, because I was just like, my son has to go to school tomorrow. I have to go in tomorrow. I'm just so tired. I'm like, well, the nice thing is that I don't know, the past 2 days I haven't woken up and psyched myself out, where I start thinking about all the things I have to do, and then I don't want to get out of bed. But it's just, yeah, it was a struggle to get up this morning. I kept like looking at the time, offering myself more minutes. But it's all right. It's already Tuesday. And by the time I hopefully know it, it'll be Friday, and we'll be 1 week less before our break for Christmas. So, all right. So made it to PLC, or prep, if you would want to call it. So I kind of wanted to show you really quickly a little bit about what we did. Somebody didn't put their name on it. That's fine, I'll use this one. So this is kind of what we did. We talked a little bit about main idea, and I kind of showed them the little house, so they can look at main idea and topic, and then the supporting details. And then I gave them some cards. I'll show you what they look like. They were like these kind of cards, and in their group, they were supposed to figure out like what was the topic, what was the main idea. So like if you see, there's some ones, and you know, they kind of looked at some of the different strategies. Like the wordy ones were probably going to be the details, and then they knew that like that might be the topic because it was like very short and sweet. And then this kind of the same thing for the main idea. They kind of figured out that it was very generalized, that it wasn't like specific. For example, like this one where it talks about Alexander Graham Bell specifically, when they know that they're talking about like the inventors in general. So once them and their group, they let them work in groups. So once they figured it out, then they plugged in each of where they went. So that was like the main idea. And then We did the parts of speech one as well. I guess I should go back and destroy it. So this one was actually pretty nice. Some of them did it 2 ways. I gave them the option. So like, for example, this kid did like the color highlights. So they highlighted like they highlighted what each one was, and then they highlighted the key. They started to write it in, but I knew it was going to take a lot longer time. But then some actually like did do this both. And then I think there was just some that they didn't necessarily like do the highlight. They just started writing, all the way at the bottom. Yeah, some of them just started writing like what they were. I think they just kind of were like at one point kind of gave up, and then they just did it that way. So either way was fine. But they worked really well together. I let them use the computer so they can look up words. So at least if like, because what they were like a little stuck on was the fact that like, you know, words could be, depending on how they're used, they could either be like a noun, an adverb, an adjective, whatever. And so they were just kind of like, well, you know, like I think some of them, they had like but and they were like, well, we know that it's a conjunction when it's used this way, but is it used as a conjunction in here? So that's kind of what I was looking for them to be able to spot the word and know how it was used in the context. So like, even though they looked up the word and they were like, oh, you know, this word is this, but I don't think that's how they're using it in the sentence, which was perfect because that's what I wanted to see, like how they were different. So it was really good. They did work together. Even my lower kids, I could tell were like really trying to get into it. They were asking me questions like, hey, is this, or hey, is this that? So I was really happy with that. And then tomorrow, I think we're going to do another activity with that. And then like I said, Thursday, I think they're going to do like a quiz. And then Friday, they'll do the assessment. So that'll kind of work. And then we kind of read the Amsterdam. We kind of did that. And then my example, can't see it. And then my example that we did for this one, I turned off the board now because I had to unplug my computer, but I utilized one of the paragraphs in there to kind of do the main idea house. And so I did like, I think we were talking about Pete, Peg Leg Pete in the article. And so that was like the topic. And then the main idea was like him, you know, that he was like a dictator, martyr, and he didn't really allow for religious freedom or whatever. But we just said he was like, and then he lost his colony to the British, and then I had the supporting details. So they kind of were able to see that before they went in and did the card activity. So I didn't have them like do an article by themselves. I kind of just gave them the information. But I think tomorrow we'll do an article where they'll have to actually figure it out, or like a paragraph, and they'll have to figure it out on their own, or at least give them a little bit less guidance. So that should be really cool. So I'm going to head out to PLC because I got to go to my meeting, but I'll check in with you guys at lunchtime. They're going to do the Reader's Theater, so maybe I'll record it, not them, but like their voices so you could hear them, because it's going to be about Peg Leg Pete and King Charles. So I'll let you know. So hooray for me. As I was walking out the door, my teammate just said that we are not going to meet today because one of our team members is not here. The other one's leaving early, or I think the other 2 are leaving early. And so one won't be here and the other one's leaving a little bit later. So she kind of has to plan and stuff for her afternoon. So it's my free period, I guess. So we made it to the end of the day. I'm a little exhausted now. That second class that comes in is just, there's just a lot, and there's a lot of like immature boys in there, and they're just so extra, and it's like they're a little bit more wired than my homeroom, but I don't know if it's just because there's a lot of immature boys, or if there is just, it's just the afternoon. I don't know, because in my other classroom, I mean, I have a few boys, but they're not really like, I don't know, they're not like very like hands-on and playful. Like they don't like fight and wrestle. Like, I mean, they want to like jump around and stuff, but like, I don't know, I feel like this afternoon class is just really, really like they are just so immature and they just like to, and some of the boys, and they're just very disruptive sometimes. And so it frustrates me a little bit more than it should, but it's all right. So my second group, my first group I feel like did a little bit better with the parts of speech activity. And again, I just feel like they're just a little bit more into, like they're just, they're like worker bees. And the second class, like they're very, very codependent, and it's like they're always trying to ask for help and asking questions. And I mean, it's not like it's necessarily a bad thing, but it's like they're not very independent, or they don't really try. It's like they get something and then they're just asking like questions, and they like want that instant gratification, whereas my other class is a little bit more independent and they'll try it. And they'll ask friends and work together, whereas this group is more like, just Miss E, Miss E, Miss E, Miss E, Miss E. And it's like, so they're just a little bit rough around the edges. But anywho, but yeah, so I think I'm going to pack up and get ready to go because I am tired and I just want to go home and just relax. But unfortunately, at a 5 and 4-year-old, or 6 and 5-year-old, it's probably not going to happen. But anywho, if I don't vlog anything tonight, I will definitely vlog you guys in the morning and see how everybody's doing. So wish me luck on the rest of my day. I'm just tired. Good morning, my YouTube friends. Today it is Wednesday, November 29th. Forgive me if I'm putting my seatbelt on. I just dropped off my daughter. And today, one more day to the end of the month, and then we start in the month of December, and then we are on our way to our Christmas break. So yesterday, it was pretty nice. My kids went to bed pretty early, so I know I had said that I wanted to go home and relax, and, I had some stuff to do or whatever. So thankfully, they were able to go to bed pretty early, and I got to get some work done and just watch some stuff or whatever on television, or I'm sorry, not television, on YouTube. I've just been looking for other like vloggers, like 5th grade vloggers, because right now I follow a few. So I follow a couple of like 3rd grade teachers, and then I follow a kindergarten teacher, and I think I only follow one 5th grade teacher, Kathy Kellogg, and she's probably like one of the only ones that I found. I did find this other one. Her name is Pickle Elementary, or Pickle Elementary, or something like that. But she hasn't posted in a while, and I messaged her on YouTube, not necessarily because I wanted her to post, but it's like, usually when people haven't posted in a while, you just like, oh hey, so I just wanted to see like how her year was going, because she had posted some classroom setup videos, and then I hadn't seen anything about her all year. So I, teacher to teacher, just checking in on her year to see like how it's going. And usually like when people kind of stop posting, things are going on in their life, or like the school year isn't going the best, and so I just wanted to like message her and just kind of like hey, hope everything is good. And I think she did say that she was having a little bit of a rough year, so that makes kind of sense that she's not posting, because I probably wouldn't want to either, because I'm sure if I'm having a rough year, it would be a constant complaint fest, or just not very motivating sounding. And I'm sure that the purpose of these videos for a lot of people, or at least for me, I want to be able to watch somebody that like, it's like they're like me, they don't have it all together, but they're trying, and that they're trying to like stay positive or whatever. I just feel like misery loves company, and if someone's like miserable and that's what they're kind of spewing out, then not necessarily that they're expecting you to be miserable, but that kind of where it goes where you go, it's like that feeling, that aura, whatever. So I'm pretty sure that's probably why she hasn't posted. So yeah, so I was trying to find some. I didn't find many out there. But I mean, I didn't search too hard, but like I searched a couple of times and I didn't really find any out there. So if you know any other, like, you know, 5th grade vloggers on YouTube, just please let me know. Because I mean, I did find a lot on Instagram, and I do follow some 5th grade teachers on Instagram. They just don't have a YouTube channel, or at least I haven't found it. And so, you know, it is nice, because I mean, I do love Instagram, and I do love like the little like reels and, you know, snippets of like their day in the life or things that they're doing. But I don't know, it's almost to me like it's like a movie, you know. I like to watch it and kind of see like how everything's going, what's going on, you know, things like that. And so kind of similar, I guess, to what I put out, but I don't know. Hey, we made it to prep, so, or PLC time. So we did get through the majority of stuff that we were supposed to get through to today. We did do the brainstorming planning. We did do the part of the speech. I think for the most part, a lot of the kids did pretty good. It was just a little bit more time consuming because they had to cut everything out. But other than that, it was pretty good. And so I think for the most part, they did pretty well. There was a little bit, some misconceptions, but as I watched them do it, like, we talked a little bit about it. So like this kid, because he, you know, didn't finish or like cutting everything out. So he just wrote them down, which he improvised, which is good. But yeah, so I mean, looks like, you can see, like, for the most part, they did pretty well. Hopefully it didn't stick together. And then we did do the brainstorming. So this was some of the brainstorming, like what I already knew. So he picked chimpanzee, so what he already knew, questions he had, and then like where he could go find the information. One of my other kids did the same thing. She did African elephants. She talked about what she already knew. She didn't put any questions, and then she did put like resources that she could use. And then, here, let's find one more here. This person did hummingbirds. She decided on doing hummingbirds, and so yeah, she had some good amount of questions. So tomorrow we'll talk a little bit more about like the research and then plagiarism, to kind of talk about like putting the work into your own words as opposed to just copying what you read. Greetings and salutations. We have made it to the end of the day. I am in my car and I am ready to go. We had a meeting after school. So, I mean, let me not lie and act like I don't stay late because we have meetings only, because that's not true. Gosh, I can't seem to get rid of this cold or whatever it is. That's just, but I'm going to the doctor on Monday. So I'm taking the day off Monday to go and kind of see what goes on with me. Just doing a physical, like an annual physical and stuff. So, but yeah, so my afternoon was pretty good. My kiddos in the afternoon did a great job today. They did really well on the parts of speech. Some of them didn't finish. And I don't think, like, again, that they didn't finish because it was a struggle. They just didn't finish because like there was components to like cutting, pasting, and a lot of my kids didn't have scissors. I mean, I have glue, but I don't have any more scissors, and so I couldn't give them any. And so like they were, you know, trying to share scissors, and then finally I was just like, okay, you know what, just don't paste it, just write it. And I mean, I normally do like the paste, the, you know, cut and paste, because, you know, it just gives us something to kids to do and hands-on, and just, you know, kind of helps them out with not writing all the time and stuff. But yeah, so, but they, I mean, some of them were just like, can I just write it? And I was like, sure. So, but that was good. And then the jigsaw was actually pretty good. I think that for the most part, some of them did good. One of my groups was kind of like acting up. And so then I had to kind of bring them back. We did the animal adaptation. So a lot of them, I was very happy. They did pick some really good animals, and they looked like they were really into it. One of the things that I think they were struggling with was they were writing out not questions. So one of the sections I said, what I already know. And so some of them, when they went on to like research the animal that they wanted to do, they started writing things like, what do they know? But it was what they were reading. And so I'm like, that defeats the purpose of what you already know. I'm like, if you're having to read that, you know, or if other people are telling you information about your animal, then that's not you already knowing those things. And so, or, you know, kids were just like, well, I don't know anything about this animal. And I'm like, well, let's, you know, stop and think about it. I'm like, you know what it looks like, right? I'm like, you at least know what kind of animal it is. You know, is it a mammal? Is it a fish? Is it an amphibian? And so once they kind of got the understanding of what I meant by like what I already know, that it was like so basic of basic, then they were okay. So that was good. Good morning and happy Thursday. One more day until the weekend. And this weekend I am getting a 3-day weekend. I'm taking the day off Monday. I have a doctor's appointment just for like my annual physical and stuff. And I have an appointment at 3, but I was like, why not take the whole day? I mean, I could do a half a day, but you know, everybody at my job has been taking like days off. And not saying that everybody's just taking days off, because, you know, obviously they've been sick and stuff, but I'm like, I don't. I don't know if I've taken any sick days, like because I was actually sick this year, or because I had like things I had to do. Like I know one of the days I took a half a day or a full day because I had to take my mom to her appointments and stuff. But I don't ever think I took a day for me. So that is what is on the agenda for this weekend. So I'm excited to see a 3-day weekend. However, today, not too crazy. I mean, I did wake up a little tired. We did go to bed late yesterday. My boyfriend's family came over yesterday. His mom got a new car, and so she came by to show us her new car, which was nice. And then, you know, the kids were just up and playing and stuff like that with the cousin, and just, you know, when there's a lot of people in the house, it's like hard to go to bed early.
That sounds real because you could hear the phone.
Hey, mind my camera angle. Like, I need to get a new tripod. Anywho, so checking in. It is the end of the day. So my last class, they weren't the best today. They were just a little bit extra rambunctious. I ended up having to send a student to go for a nice long walk, just because it was just not the best day. And I don't know where you guys are, but like just sometimes there is like a lot of the times like the kids just are so obsolete to how it was when we were younger, and just, you know, it's like they just talk during instruction or just play during instruction, and it's like, you know, I just don't understand like where their mind is, that they think that this is allowed and that this is okay. And so it was just one of those afternoons, but we were still able to kind of get some things done. We still went over, we still got to do our small group main idea, and so that's kind of what we did. I had different ones for different groups, and so I got to meet with some kids, and they did pretty good with that when we worked together. So I was able to kind of do that. And then we did start doing, we talked about the Quakers in the Middle Colonies, and then they started doing their posters. They're not done yet, but I'll show them to you tomorrow once they're completed, and once we kind of hang them up so everybody can present them. And then so what I did was, because the last activity we were supposed to review, and then the last activity so I have a mat that has like the Southern Colonies, and then I have one that has the Middle Colonies, and then I have the last mat that is the New England Colonies. And so I have them different colored copy, like I have blue, yellow, orange. And so what they're going to do is they're going to take these cards, and so I don't know about you, but like, so this is what they're doing, but I ran out of this color, so like when it printed the rest, it printed it in white paper. So like some of the kids are gonna get like just plain old white paper to paste on their thing, which stinks because, you know, everybody, you know, you want to have it nice and pretty and colorful. So anyway, so there are 3 sorting sheets on here. One is for the names of the colonies, their key groups, the reasons of their settlement, key individuals, the economy, the geography, and then like the religions, the education, and the social class system. So basically what they're going to do is they're going to cut these out, and then they're going to paste them to the colony that belong to. So for example, if you see New Hampshire, Rhode Island, Connecticut, Massachusetts, they are, I believe, the middle colony. No, not the middle colonies, sorry. These are the New England colonies. These are the middle, and these are the southern. And so they're basically just going to take this card and glue it to whatever colony, like, and it has instructions, like it says, glue names of colonies here, glue key groups here, glue reasons for settlement here. So it has like a method to the madness. And so they're supposed to do that. And then once they get them correctly, I will have them glue it on here. It's just kind of a way for review, so that way when we do our unit test, they could use this to review the information, as well as probably maybe use this for their slideshow, because I think after today or after tomorrow the middle colonies are done, and so all the colonies have been accounted for, and so they were making slides in their group to present like the information or whatever. So it's basically just like drill and kill, so that they have all this information. And then when they do their unit test, they'll be able to know the distinction between which of the colonies. So that is the plan. Greetings and salutations. It is Friday, my people. And my God, I am so excited. Can't you tell? Look, I got makeup, I got lipstick. No, I'm just joking. Because I normally do wear. I haven't worn lipstick in probably like a week or so. Because I have my purse, and I've been like leaving my purse either at home or it's in the back, and I just usually like I'll put it on while I'm like sitting at a red light or something, and I have not done that. So, but anywho, I am so happy that it is Friday. TGIF, because your girl has been waiting for Friday all week. And I mean, it hasn't been a bad week, but I am looking forward to a 3-day weekend. I've just been so like and tired and all that good jazz, and so I am pumped for this weekend. And it's funny because I mean, I'm not really doing anything. It's not like I have plans. I just don't have to be at work. Yeah, so yeah, my day yesterday after work was pretty chill. I got home, hung out with the kids. I cleaned their playroom because it was a whole hot mess from the night before. So I cleaned that up, organized that, and then just took the kids' bath, put them to sleep. My boyfriend finally like started cleaning up our room. We've been living there about 2 years, and he like has like clothes like on his side of the room, I call it, like just everywhere. He has like a desk because he works from home, and his mom had got it for him, and we put it up because we used to make fun of him because my kids have like this little small Paw Patrol table, and for the longest time when he would do meetings, he would be in my kids' room sitting on this little Paw Patrol table. And like it even said that like people would comment and say like, hey, you look a little like short in your videos or whatever. So his mom and I got him like a desk because she works for like a furniture moving company, and she had an extra desk. And so we put it up, and like it looked great, and he had so much potential, and then it just went with clothes. And so he finally like cleaned it off yesterday, and I was like, maybe you should start like, because he has like another monitor for his computer. He has his laptop, but it's almost like you should start putting it on there. I was like, because it is completely shiny, it is completely clean, and I'm like, that is just a motivation for you to throw more stuff on there. So let's get into the habit of not doing that. So he did that, and it looks so much better. It's just nice, you know. It's nice when you have like things organized and you have a clean house, and it's nice. So that's that. So today in school, I told you guys we start D.A.R.E this week. So Miss Officer Allison is coming in today. I'm so excited. She is my buddy. I love her. She's awesome. And it's funny because like she comes to our school and like we met last year and like we're friends on Snapchat and like I follow her stories and stuff. I mean, we always say we're gonna hang out, we just don't. And it's like she's young and she's like a young hip cop, and I'm like this old teacher mom, and so it never pans out. And it's like, as much as I have great intentions, it's just, with kids, it just doesn't fully commit, because it's like, not only do I go out, but then it like if I go out and I want to have a little too much fun, I can't come home all funned out. So I'm like, if they're home especially. So normally 9 out of 10 times if I do plan on going out, I just assume to like leave them with someone else. So like whatever happens when I come home, I don't have to worry about them. So, but I don't know. But yeah, so anywho, but she's awesome. She's great. And I'm so excited to see her. My eyes are really bothering me. It's crazy. I don't know for those of you that wear contacts, but like if I forget to take my contacts out and I leave them in my eyes, like they don't bother me as much as like when I take them out and clean them. Like I cleaned them yesterday and like I soaked them in solution, and it's just like, I don't know why they're bothering me. I mean, I don't know, maybe the solution's bothering me. I mean, it doesn't usually, but it's just weird. Like I figured they're like a lot fresher than like me leaving them in my eyes. So I just don't know how they irritate. But anywho, yeah, so she's coming today. She's gonna be in the morning from like 8:50 to like, because she comes for like about 45 minutes or so, almost an hour. So she's gonna be in our room today in the morning, and I know the kids are gonna love her. And then I mean, it's nice, it's bittersweet, because we do have stuff that we have to do, and it just, I'm like, ugh, like, so it just puts us behind with other stuff. It's all good. It's all good. It's all in good fun, all in good information, because the kids do really need to learn about D.A.R.E. I don't know if your school, comment down below and let me know if your school does the D.A.R.E. program. And if you don't know what the D.A.R.E. program is, look it up, because it's a really good program. I remember doing it as a kid. It's funny, my old district, Chicago Public Schools, they don't do it anymore. And they used to do it, because I do remember like they used to have the slogan, and they used to have like all this stuff. I don't remember having them have a police officer come to our school and talk to us, but it was so long ago. But I mean, I can't imagine that they wouldn't have, because it was like a really big program, or at least it was very bigly advertised. And now not so much. And so I think they need to kind of go back to that. But it is cute that our school and our district still does it, which is nice, because the kids need that, especially nowadays with the vaping, and and they're doing it a lot sooner. They're doing it like in middle school, and it's just a big ordeal. And it's like they kind of need to just really know. And I feel like if the kids do know, more information is not a bad thing, because then it helps them make a better decision. So, by the way, it's raining out here. It's so cool. But anyhow, so I'm on my way to school. I should be there probably like in the next like 15 minutes or so. And did I miss my turn? I did not, thank God. About the next 15 minutes or so. And then, yeah, I'll check in with you guys. Maybe I'll record a little bit of footage of Officer Allison at work. And then, yeah, I'll check in with you guys at lunchtime. So hopefully you guys are having a great day, and wherever you are, it is sunny and bright and not gloomy and raining like it is here where I'm at.
He's gonna do his homework and then one.
Okay, Saul's gonna study.
We have made it to the end of the day. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry that I did not vlog anything else from today. But it was just really hectic and crazy. It was like go, go, go. And by the time I ordered lunch, so I was like waiting for that, and I just didn't, and it just, the day got away. But nonetheless, we had a pretty good day. As you saw, we did D.A.R.E. The kids finished up their posters. They did presentations. I can show you some of the posters that they created. So this was one. Okay, so these were some of the posters that they created. Had some really good creative ones. Let me zoom out. Some really good creative ones that had some really good information. And then this is one of my girls who don't speak as much English. They just did one, but they did one in Spanish, which was fine. Everybody in here speaks Spanish, so they should be good. And that was it. So that was just some of my posters that I really thought came out pretty good. And so that was pretty much our day. And then, yeah, we didn't get a chance to do much else because, like I said, we had Officer Allison and just all that good jazz. And then, you know, it's Friday, so I did give them a little bit of free choice. But overall, it was pretty, look at my hair. It's a pretty easy, solid day. Can't complain. Everything went smoothly. My signs fell. So I think we were all good. So I think I'm going to just pack up and end my vlog here. I will definitely catch up with you guys next week. I won't be in on Monday because, like I said, I have that doctor's appointment. So I'm just kind of doing my sub plans and stuff right now. You know, the only profession that you pretty much have to do more work to have a day off. So, you know, usually that's probably why I don't take as many, because it's just so much work that we have to do to try to make sure we leave enough for everything for the next person that's going to come in and try to do our job for the day. So, so I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to head out. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this week in my life. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button so you can get notifications when I post my next video. And I'll probably do that next week. Probably won't start my vlog till Tuesday. Maybe I'll start Monday, kind of give you guys a little bit of a not at work day. And we'll go from there. If not, I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Have a great weekend. Love you guys.